Hey, what's up, guys? It is going pretty good. I should be here longer than last night. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I had to go play hockey last night, so I had to leave early. But tonight, I don't have to. Just have, to go to bed or at least get quieter when Lady Silver goes to bed. But, hey, it's me again. I see that guy a lot in here. He's probably grinding as well. Not grinding campaign, though. Look at that. Yeah, he's definitely grinding just firefight. Like myself. But he's got a lot to do after that, unfortunately for him. I'm a goalie, so it's pretty sweet. I get a lot of calls to sub in for like random teams just because it's an in-demand position. It's tough to like work my way onto a team full-time though. I was on a team full-time and then my team, like not enough skaters returned. So they folded into another team, but that other team already had a goalie, so I was left out in the cold. So now I'm just free balling. I'm a free agent. So I'm on like the league's list whenever a goalie drops out. I'll be like one of the first people they call. Which actually isn't too bad. I've been getting at least like a game every week, which is what I would get if I was on a team full-time anyway, so whatever. I got like 4 calls when I was in Florida asking me to sub. I'm like, I'm in Florida, buddy. What? That rocket just goes straight through the Phantom? My rockets have hit nothing so far. Got that one. We lost, unfortunately, but it was a really good game. We were getting hella outshot. We lost by 1. Unfortunately, you have to do all matchmaking, so you can't do like a custom firefight game and get commendations. You have to play in an actual firefight match-made game. Otherwise, I'd be done with this nonsense. Oh, nice, Cavs. Yeah, I never played lacrosse, really. Like an actual game. I played, like, in people's backyards, but...
Triple kill. Reinforcements. Killing frenzy. Triple kill.
Oh, really? You should rejoin, Mafia. What led you to stopping? I stopped for a couple of years myself a little while ago. I got hurt. Like, I threw my back out, and then I was out for like 3 months. And then I got better, but by the time I got like back into the swing of things, they had moved on from me. I was replaced. I have not done the MCC playlist yet, no.
Double kill.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I've seen kickball teams popping up, but I've never been at a place of employment where we were like my work actually had a team. Like gym class all over again, but you're into it this time. I was into it originally. I was always athletic in my youth. I played basketball since I was like born, basically. So I enjoyed playing dodgeball and kickball in school. I know a lot of people don't like it though. Oh, gotcha. You have to join an 18-plus league. Or I guess a 19-plus. Nailed it. That was bad.
Double kill. Double kill. Reinforcements.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm in right now, basically, just a beer league.
Triple kill.
Hockey players really live up to their name of their leagues they play in. I've never subbed for a team and not been inundated with stories of being drunk like the previous weekend. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a part of the culture, I guess. I saw like a stat like hockey fans drink way more beer than any other sports team or sports league. So like they make way more money per person off beer at a hockey game, like the NHL game, than they would an NBA game or an NFL game.
Triple kill. Reinforcements. Overkill. Overkill. Double kill. Double kill. Reinforcements.
Yeah, if you've been playing forever, it seems like you could take a year off if you want. See the sights. Oh God, where am I? Oh God, almost ran under that and got splattered. Remembered right at the last second. Yeah, I'm good. I just took a huge slap shot off my shoulder last night, and like I guess it lifted up my pad that was covering that area on the way in, so it's like my arm went limp. I couldn't like move my arm for like a minute. I've never had that happen. I've had that happen to my knee, like I've tried to like jump a fence or something and I smashed my knee on something and like my knee went totally numb. Had that happen multiple times, but I've never had it happen to my shoulder. But that's basically what happened. I took the slap shot right into the shoulder. Kind of like the top of the shoulder almost. The top front. And my arm just went totally dead. It was my blocker side. So I was just kind of holding my stick limply. I was going to call a timeout, but by the time the puck was frozen, it had been like a minute or so, so I was like, we'll save it. Then they came down and ripped a shot on me that I saved with my glove, but it hit me wrong in the glove. So it like destroyed my palm. My palm's fine, it just like stung. But I was like, man, I'm falling apart here, and now this game is falling apart. Oh yeah, inner thigh is a solid place to get hit. I took one to the inner thigh once and it hit me just right. Like I had a massive bruise there. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Yeah, my shoulder is like really swollen right now, but like it's fine otherwise. It's not like it hurts when I move it, but and it's visibly swollen and bruised, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. I could still move my thumbs and play Halo. Though I do have, like last night, it was like the pain was going down my arm and like up my neck. But it's better today. Yep, I had a limp stick. Like a 5-foot long limp stick. They're very solid. They're probably like a pound or something. Let me look this up. I'm going to Google this right now. They're not a pound. They are 6 ounces. But they're pretty solid. Especially when they're flying at you at like 60, 70 miles an hour. Thank God I'm not in the NHL. My arm would have been blown off.
Firefight.
I don't want this map. I guess I'll see if there's a vehicle to start while I'm here.
Set, start. Skulls on.
Nope. Bye, world. So here's where we're at. We have 113 perfectionists to go. Not bad. And then 293 vehicles we have to destroy. Yeah, I mean, they have way better pads than I do, obviously, but still, like, that's insane. Like, people break their, like, collarbones through goalie pads, which are ridiculously thick. Also, I just don't know how they react. Like, how do goalies at that level be goalies at that level? Like taking a slap shot, like a Chara slap shot back in his prime, like 107 miles an hour or something. Oh my God, it's this map again. I could get out of it before we start, though. I don't know. It's just I've always grew up liking the position. I don't know. It's just fun. I never played when I was little. I played in my driveway with like a stick and tennis ball, and I was the goalie even back then. I would play with my brother. He would just shoot on me, and we just set up like 2 garbage cans, which were the posts. We didn't have a crossbar. If it ever went anywhere close to the crossbar, or perhaps not even near the crossbar at all, I would of course say, "That was too high, bro. No goal." But yeah, we played like that forever, and then I started playing like street hockey when I was like 17 or something. I did that for 2 or 3 years, and then we went skating on a lake up here in Connecticut. Lakes freeze during the winter, so we went playing hockey the classic way on a frozen lake, and from there I never went back to roller hockey. It was just way more fun. I think for every position, it's way more fun on the ice, especially for goalie at least, because you could like slide along the ice like they do, like go down into butterfly and then push off and slide over to the other side of the net. Oh, we got a veto. I just gotta quit this because my nemesis is in here. Yeah, the first time I was on the frozen lake, I was concerned. I'm like, am I going to break through this and freeze to death and die on a snowy New England day? But it was fine. It was pretty thick. Thick enough to hold up my ass, at least. Also, I was concerned, like, because I'm like, okay, I'm skating out here. I'm fine now, but what about when I'm, like, kind of slamming down onto the ice in butterfly? Is that going to bust through? That can be the silver that broke the ice's back. What are the dailies today? Probably something I'm not going to get. Oh, that's why people are voting for that. Get 100 kills on Overlook. That's not going to be great for my voting. Yeah, max rank in every Halo game. So Halo 5, 4, 3, Wars 1 and 2, Reach. And then I have all achievements in every Halo game that's ever had achievements. Even like the fringe ones like Halo 2 Vista and Halo 5 Forge. The 4 different versions of Spartan Assault I have all completed. The 2 versions of Spartan Strike. All the big ones like Halo Wars 1, 2, CEA, Halo 3, 4, 5, ODST Reach, all that good stuff, MCC. These guys are going to vote for it too. I'll play it if they vote for it. And I have all the commendations in every Halo game except for these 2 in Reach that I'll be done with by the weekend. And then the one they just added to Halo 5 like 2 months ago. I don't have Halo MCC China. I've been trying to find it on like online. Like, how do I get a Chinese Xbox and the Chinese version of the game? Also, I hear that it's just glitched as all hell, like even more than the Western version. So you can't even get everything. So I don't know if I even want to start it without, because then I'll just have a half-finished MCC on my profile from China for the rest of all time. I'll have to chat with 343 and see
Start. Skulls.
what the deal with that is. I don't really follow boxing too much. Sometimes I'll watch UFC. A friend of mine is big into that, so I'll go over and watch it at his place.
Double kill.
I did watch McGregor Mayweather, though, of course.
Overkill.
One of my friends is huge into McGregor. She always like dresses up in Irish garb every fight of his. It's pretty funny. And now she has a dog, so she dresses up the dog too.
Kill catastrophe.
Hey, what's up, DM?
Reinforcements.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually. The what you're saying, blank, where you kind of choose what you want to earn, and then you have to actually go out and earn it. Those last 8 specializations.
Frenzy.
It'd be cool to do in Reach, like or in Infinite rather, if it was like a Reach style where you could pick all your different like pieces rather than just a helmet and a chest piece, which is kind of limiting. Reach, you could change out whatever you want.
Reinforcements.
The Halo 5 commendation will take a little bit, not too long comparative to Halo Reach commendations, but so I'll do that. These streams will become Halo 5 grinding sessions instead of the Reach ones. And I'm also going to refocus on the YouTube channel here. Going to start making guides again. We'll have plenty of time to finish off Halo 5 and make a ton of guides. I want to redo a lot of guides, so not only make guides that I never made in the first place, but also redo a ton of stuff. So definitely want to redo Lasso and the speed runs and all the big ones like that. There's like new strats that have been found and discovered since my videos. Like a lot of them are like 4 years old at this point. I started in 2014, which is crazy to think. And then also the audio quality is awful on a handful of my videos. And the video quality is only 720p, so I have a 4K HDR capture card now. So just updates all around in every regard, basically.
Reinforcements.
Should be good. So that's what I'll be doing until Infinite drops. Fairly quickly finishing the Halo 5 commendation and then doing the YouTubes as well.
Kill-tacular. Five enemies remaining. 2 enemies remaining. Double kill.
I've not played Undertale, no. I've heard of that game. I don't even know what it's about, really, though. I think I knew when it was out. I heard people talking about it, but I forget what it is. I haven't gotten a concussion that I know of, am I right? But yeah, I probably haven't ever gotten a concussion. I guess the one thing that comes to mind is once I was trying out for a basketball team, and somebody went on a fast break, and I was like chasing him on defense, and I like went up and rejected him from behind, and we were both like sprinting to the basket, and I went up, jumped super high, or super high for a person whatever age I was. I was probably like 12 or something. And it was in a small gym, so like there wasn't a lot of space between the walls and the like edges of the court. So I jump up, come down, and I'm like off balance, so I kind of fall in the like my head falls in the direction I am moving, and I hit like the back of my head on one of those metal dividers between double doors, like in a school. So I smashed my head into that, and I felt fine. But the coach was like, "You're on the team, okay? Just go home, you fucking animal." Yeah, they were like, I just like popped right back up, and they were like looking at me like I was a crazy person. My mom is a nurse, so she kind of like, she was there. She took a look at me. She was like checking me out for concussion stuff. Like she was looking at my pupils and everything, and determined I didn't have any symptoms, which is good. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. What about it? Put me back in, coach. And they're like, no, go home. You're on the team. We left the tryout, and I remember after that, we didn't go home. We went like shopping for something. I don't know what we were shopping for. But as like a 12-year-old like kid, I was like, I don't want to be fucking shopping right now. I want to go home and watch TV or play video games or whatever I was doing that day or wanted to do. And then I just tried to act like I had a concussion. I'm like, I'm not feeling good anymore. We got to go home. Let's stop shopping. It's pretty funny. She called me out, though. She's like, bullshit.
Double kill.
I got some sweet bloody noses in basketball. I went up for a rebound, and so did some other guy next to me. And like his forearm came down across the bridge of my nose. I just started pouring blood. But I had like so I saw I was bleeding a lot. I put my hands up to my mouth and nose to like cover it, to like cup the blood. And then I like walk over to my coach, and he's like, "What's the problem?" And I like just move my hands down, and he's like, "Oh, you're covered in blood. Okay, cool. All right, you're out. We need a sub over here." And then he took somebody off the bench to sub in for me, but he also took off another guy, and he's like, "Go to the bathroom with him, make sure he's all right." And then he's like, "And don't get any blood on my jersey," because they're of course rented jerseys owned by they weren't rented, but they weren't ours either. Rented for free because we were a poor school. So they reuse the jerseys every year, of course. The head might be resilient, but the brain, I don't know. The biggest injuries in hockey I got were when I first started playing hockey, ice hockey, I did not have the proper equipment in a myriad of areas. I had like a helmet that was rated for street hockey, like a junior street hockey player. And by junior, that means, of course, like children. And so fortunately, I never received like a head injury or anything substantial. But eventually my dad was like I was like 24 or something at this point. Well past the age that my dad should be buying me any hockey pads or anything. But he found out that I was using like a cheap piece of crap helmet made for street hockey. And he's like, here's some money. Buy yourself a fucking helmet, you dumbass. He didn't use those words, but that was the sentiment. Also, before that happened, or maybe after, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I did not have the proper groin protection, which I found out the hard way. I was only using like a baseball cup, so it was like a standard cup. And that is not good for hockey goaltenders. So I took a slap shot right to the junk, made the save, froze the puck, and then proceeded to lay on the ice for like 10 minutes. And then after that point, I was like, after the game, I went home and like immediately bought like an actual like legit goalie jock, which not only covers your junk, but it like spreads out even further, like it goes like across your kind of your abdomen down there. It's kind of like looks like a goalie wrestling champ belt. I don't know why I said goalie. It looks like a wrestling, like WWE champ belt where you have the big, giant golden belt buckle nonsense happening. So now we're good there. But like for the remainder of that game, my junk hurt, and like every time they shot at me, I was just like taking it personally. I was like pissed every time they shot. I'm like thinking that they were like aiming for my balls the whole time. Which I'm sure they weren't, but at the time I was just not in the mood. Then the next one happened a couple years ago, which I talked about on the podcast. So there's pads for, you have the giant leg pads, right? That goalies wear. Those cover basically from like the top of your foot to your mid thigh if you're standing up. And they cover every part of your lower leg as well if you're in butterfly position. Which, if you don't know what that is, that's like when you're kind of split. Goalies go down. I'm dead. It's alright, I'm dead. They go down and form like a little wall with their pads. Like their legs flayed out a little bit. And then like the hockey shorts or pants themselves cover to like the top of the knee. But there's like... There's space between the bottom of the pants and the top of the knee, like 3 inches. Which is covered if you're standing up or in butterfly position, but they become exposed if you ever put your knee on the ice. So if you're like just on your knees, they will there will be like a 3-inch gap. So I took a skate blade there. I always thought I would take a puck there one day and learn my lesson, but it was a skate. There was like a fast break in my one of my defensemen was like coming back to try to take him off the puck, but they both ended up like falling over and crashing into me, and the opponent's skate like slashed right across the the top of my knee almost. It was my thigh, but it was almost at my knee. So I went to the hospital after that. I had a shutout going too at that point. I was annoyed I had to leave like halfway through the second. And then the worst part, they like scored some goals after that, obviously, because we didn't have a goalie. They scored goals, and all those goals that they scored on like an empty net, basically, they put against me on the website. All those goals were attributed against me. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? I was across town in a hospital.
5 minutes remaining.
So I got that stitched up. It took like It took like 9 normal stitches and 2 mattress stitches, which I'd never heard of until that night. Those are basically like deeper stitches that pull your flesh back together so you could actually be stitched up. That was annoying. The worst part was having to sit around the house for like a couple weeks with my leg perfectly straight. I couldn't bend it. I don't know how people with like broken legs do it. Like I was told to keep it straight the whole time, but like every day I would bend it a little more. So I don't know how people with like broken legs who have a cast on and are physically unable to move it do that. That'd be insane to me. I was going stir crazy. Yeah, he would have done it for free, but he did not have the stitches required at the time, so he does now, but now I've bought the pads that go there, so that'll never happen to me anymore. I guess I could get cut somewhere else, but I'm pretty much covered everywhere now. I do have goalie skates. I've never taken a shot to the toe that like really hurt. I could see that being awful though. But I have like the plastic that goes and wraps up around the toe. Up and over the toe. A lot of goalies are opting to not wear that extra protection now, though, on their toe because they could get lower into their stance and keep their skates on the ice longer without that extra bulk on the skate. The wider your skate is, the sooner your skate's going to come off the ice as you get into a deeper and deeper crouch as your skates get wider. Or as your stance gets wider, rather. Yeah, goalies are just also insane people. So we just go in front of these vulcanized pieces of rubber willingly. Sometimes without even pads that are the ones you need. Oh, God. That sucks, Ian. I've never had that happen, I don't think. The whole catcher thing. I played catcher for a little bit. Never had that issue, though. Fortunately. I used to have skater skates. But eventually... And I never took a shot off the toe, but... I've had goalie skates for the majority. Yeah, being in America, they offered like not a full cast, but like a brace type thing. They offered it to me in the ER just so I wouldn't be able to even accidentally like bend my leg or something or move it incorrectly. And I'm like, I don't really need that, right? I could just not bend my leg. And they're like, yeah, I wouldn't take the brace. It's going to cost a lot of money. I'm like, yeah. It'd be like $200 for a stupid, shitty little brace. Fuck that. Also, I have insurance and it would still cost a fuck ton. Thanks, America. Yeah, it would have cost Phil no money aside from like the cost of the stitches. But for me to go to like an ER, it cost me like $1,200. It sucked.
Set, start, skulls on.
I was looking to go to a walk-in clinic because they would have been way cheaper. Probably only like a few $100 instead of $1,200. But those were all closed. They all close at like 9 o'clock or something. There's a lot around, but they all close at 9. For some reason. I don't know why. I had to go to like a full-on hospital nearby. Into the ER. Also, in retrospect, I should have just like waited until morning. I was looking at it later, and apparently you could wait. I don't advise this, but it was like technically you could wait like 24 hours and still get stitches. I think 24 hours is pushing it, but 12 hours might have been okay because it was like 10:30 at night. A lot of my games are at shitty times because they give all the good times to like kids leagues and all the high schools. You know, all the people with promising young talent. Not as oldies. Hey, what up, Sneezy?
Double kill.
No more casualties. Get mad.
Well, thank you, Jamie. I'm glad those are helping you out there. Oh god, it sounds awful. I've never like torn cartilage or ligaments or tendons or anything like that ever before. Thankfully. Knock on wood. It sounds awful. I thought I did break my collarbone or shoulder last night because like right after I got hit, my arm just went dead. I'm like, this is what happens for broken collarbones, right? You can't move your arm. It was just like a stinger. Like I could move it within like 30 seconds a minute. Yeah, they said I could accept the brace from them, like that they were offering in the ER, and it would have been like 150 or 200 bucks or something stupid like that. But I could also just go like drive to like the pharmacy down the street, like the CVS down the street, and buy one there for like 50 or 60 bucks. Like pretty much the same thing. But I'm like, I'm not going to do either. I'm just going to keep my legs straight. Which I did for the most part. The location wasn't good because it was like 2 inches or so above my knee, so it's like a high tension area, so I had to keep the stitches in longer.
Double kill. Reinforcements.
I was lucky though that like the skate didn't go deeper because it could have like cut my thigh off my leg. Could have cut like the quad right at the where it joins the leg there at the top of the knee. That would have been awful. It's like, hey, you like having your muscle connected here? We're getting rid of that. I didn't really feel any pain when I got slashed, but if it slashed through my muscle, I think it would have been a different story.
Double kill. Triple kill. 5 enemies remaining. 2 enemies remaining. Last enemy.
Yeah, that's a way you could do it. That's probably the most logical and sane way to do it. Me personally, I did lasso first, but the only reason I did that, I think, is because that's what everyone was like demanding in the comments, like, do lasso. So I started Halo 2 lasso, the hardest one. And then that was awful, but by the time I was done with that, and then I went to do the speed run. The speed run, bleh, I can't talk tonight, guys. Can't do it. The speed run was just a breeze after doing lasso. Because I employ a lot of speedrun tactics in the lasso guides too.
Double kill.
better to run around them or pass them if you can. You can't use all speedrun strats in Lasso, but you could use a good amount of them.
We don't lose soldiers on my watch.
I could actually probably figure that out if I go back and look at when I posted the videos.
Nail that sucker.
My impression of it is it probably took 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe 3. I think 3 is probably a good bet. I would have finished them much sooner, though, if I was just doing it myself. But I was obviously making the guides, and I had to do Regret twice because I had to restart Regret a couple times because I got awful checkpoints. But also, the first time I did finally fully finish it, my capture card messed up, and I had to, like, it didn't capture, so I had to do that a second time. So just like things like that added to my total time, but oh man, Mafia, that sounds really weird and terrible. It'd be so weird, like, I've relied on this leg my whole life, and whenever I try to put any weight on it, it's been there for me, and now it's just totally gone. Yeah, in the moment, it's always usually a lot easier to deal with until you realize what's happening. It's like when a kid like falls down and like scrapes his knee or his elbow or something. It's like totally fine. Doesn't even really hurt. But then they look at it, and you could see it dawn on their face that they've been scratched or hurt in some way, and then they just start going crazy. Much larger scale though for tearing your knee out, and it's not really. I guess it's not the same because it actually is a lot of pain.
Double kill. Reinforcement. Double kill.
Solid man, reload. It's the little things.
Oh, I'm in the second round. Thought I was in the first still.
Five enemies remaining. Invincible.
Oh god.
It's gonna get hot.
Two enemies remaining. Last enemy.
Hey, what's up, Joshua?
Round start.
I do have a boring desk job. I don't want to get too into it. I don't want to mix work with play, really. Trying to keep my my secret identity on the down low. I don't need my work peeps discovering my night job of Halo completionist. Maybe one day, though.
I'm reloading.
Sharpshooter. Double kill.
Oh, now we're getting lag? There we go.
Reinforcements.
Oh, hey, Haley, what's up?
Putting shots on him. Woohoo!
Double kill.
Frag out.
That's a rock I shot. That's not a person.
Double kill.
Right back at you, Haley.
Double kill.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I live, I'm like in between New Haven and Bridgeport, basically. Right in that area.
Get out the way.
Reinforcements.
Oh, nice. That's where, wait a minute, what am I trying? Is that where Microsoft Store is? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Dave & Buster's. I'm like, we went to the Hartford area for something Halo-related. I thought it might have been Microsoft Store, but I was thinking the Manchester Dave & Buster's. I think you guys do have a Microsoft store there, though, which I almost went to for one of the tournaments.
Double kill. Reinforcements. Overkill.
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost, I think, a couple tournaments ago. We ended up going to Danbury, though. All right, Mafia. Thanks for joining. Good talking to you. I'm really stuttering tonight. I don't know what the deal is. I go through phases. Sometimes I'm totally smooth. And then other times, can't go 3 sentences without it.
Changing mag.
Maybe my shoulder has a concussion from last night.
Double kill.
Human body is so weird. Like, you get concussions from, like your neck, or you're like getting hit in the shoulder or something. I don't think I have that, but yeah, I do a lot of like VBA coding in Excel, which isn't part of the job description, but I kind of just made it part of the job description because it makes my job easier. Do a lot of manipulating of data in Excel, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to write a macro to do it for me.
Black eye. Famine. Tilt. On. Iron. Bonus round. Good luck.
Do a slowly turn my job into a macro, and then I could start taking other people's jobs. And eventually I'll be the whole company. I'll be a grave mind. I did do coding in like Java and C++ in college. I was I forget what my major was. I was a civil engineer for a while, and then I switched to like computer science. I don't know if that's what it was called. But then I switched to general business major because I'm an idiot. Not because I'm not calling myself an idiot because I couldn't keep up with the curriculum. I'm calling myself an idiot because I could keep up with the curriculum. I just wanted to switch to something else.
Double kill.
But staying in engineering would have been a much better choice from a career perspective. Way more dollars. I am married, so I'm unfortunately off the market. Or fortunately. I mean,
Double kill.
depending how you look at it.
Bonus round over.
Good work, Spartans.
Game over.
You won't have to be worried about me trying to pick you up. That's a good thing. Oh, nice. Yeah, I liked C++. I didn't like Java at all. Like, they taught us C++ first, and then they're like, here's Java too, by the way. It sucks, but we have to teach it to you. And I agreed with them. I didn't like it. Suction Turnip. A strange name. Oh, really? I never got too far into it before I switched over. I think it was probably because I knew C++. That's what they taught us first, so I just had a bias towards that. Probably the case. Also, it like seemed like my Java teacher did as well. She's like, yeah, I like C++ better, but here's Java. Yeah, it's if you don't use it a lot, it goes away really quickly. It's like a language. You have to like speak it all the time or else you're going to lose it.
Firefight.
The Covenant are advancing through your sector. You need to stop them in their tracks.
Set start. Skulls on. Overkill. Kilimanjaro.
That's a good question, Sneezy. I haven't put too much thought into what's going to be in the guides yet, but I'd imagine there will be some sword flying. I got to practice that myself because I never did it in the original version of the game, as it was patched by the time I knew about it. So I never even had the opportunity to practice on the original Xbox, and then MCC dropped and it wasn't even a thing, so I never did any sword flying until they patched it back in a few months ago. I did it a handful of times. I was just practicing doing it. I'm not great at it at this point, but I'll have to see like where are good places to do it. Obviously, it's very good for speed running, but I'll have to find places where it's good, like worth it to learn how to sword fly. And if you need to like spend a couple hours practicing sword flying, can I just teach you an easier trick to get past this section within less time? I don't know. I'll have to see.
Reinforcements.
Ow. Who's shooting me? I probably won't play... I mean, I might play Borderlands. I'm not going to rule it out. But it's not on my near future plan. I got plenty of Halo left in me. Mainly the Halo 5 Commendation, and then just buckling down and doing the guides. So I have fallen off on those. Got to get back in the saddle. Especially with Gavin Free checking out my channel. Can't be having him look at garbage videos from 4 years ago with terrible audio and video quality.
5 enemies remaining. Double kill.
Gotta up my game.
2 enemies remaining. Last enemy. Rampage. Mythic on. Round start. Kill catastrophe. 15 minutes remaining. Overkill.
Yeah, I make a little bit of money via ad revenue. So whenever there's like ads on my videos, they'll cut me some of that. Unfortunately, not enough to quit my boring desk job, though. But maybe one day. Probably not, though. And of course, any like donations from streaming or whatever. Hey, what up, Creeper?
Double kill. Reinforcements.
Whoa. Alright, guys, I was just distracted for a second.
Overkill. Overkill.
You mean like what video has the most views on my channel?
Reinforcements.
Or you mean like this stream, how many was the max viewing at one time? So many metrics.
Overkill. Double kill.
Nail that sucker.
Double kill. Reinforcements.
Yeah, I was super hyped about that Gravemind video. I'm like, this, because I had like no viewers. I had like a handful, but nothing compared to now. It was one of my first videos. And I'm like, this is going to put me on the map. Everything's going to blow up overnight when I post this. So I posted it, went to bed, and it did not blow up overnight. But yeah, I mean, it's up to 25K now per year. I think oh, God damn it, I'm dead. Ugh. I was looking at the people jumping off the other side, not the ones jumping on top of my head. Yeah, I'll check after this game. I'll be able to pull up and see what has the highest views. It was a Halo 5 video when I last looked. I think it was the fire drill achievement. I want to redo that one as well. Really, I want to just redo all of them.
Two enemies remaining. Last enemy. Cloud on.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier today. Actually, I was like 2 weeks away from hitting the 2 million mark. That is crazy. It's all because of you. I didn't watch my videos 2 million times, that's for sure. And then I'm at almost 9.3 thousand subs. So we're like closing in on 10,000, which is a big milestone. So it seems like that'll happen within the next couple months. From the current rate. I think everyone had trouble with Johnson. He likes to not get thrown into the direct line of fire. He likes to just go back to where he came from.
Reinforcements.
I think I saw somebody else doing that. I don't think I came up with that strategy myself. I forget who I saw doing that, though. It was somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was someone else, though. What's great about the Halo community and just like speedrunning and hardcore difficulty games in general is just the amount of collaboration between everybody. Like, no one person found everything. Like, I would not be able to do what I've done without the people who like came before me and found all these tricks. So I was able to kind of like see what all these greats did before my time and then take what they did and use most of it and then kind of see where improvements could be made. So standing on the shoulders of giants type concept. And then also a lot of channels like don't show you how to do tricks, which I try to do. I'm not just like, all right, now do this triple grenade jump. I try to like slow it down and tell you where to put the nades and what timing and everything like that a lot of the time. So, which is something I could improve on even more. I know, like, I could explain it better in a lot of situations, or I could slow it down and play it again or something. So I'll be looking at places where I could do that in these next lasso guides. Yeah, when Infinite drops, I'd imagine there'll be a big boost in traffic here. That happened with MCC, and that happened with Halo 5 as well. And Halo Wars 2 even, to a degree. Not as much, but... I must have that Wraith. I think I got the Wraith. Yeah, hit the old sub button. Yeah, helpful on our way to 10,000, and then the ultimate goal, I think, would be hitting 100,000, which clearly I'm not like attempting to do right now because I haven't put out a new video in a long time, aside from like these streams and Halo Conversationalist episodes, which are not really what this channel is about. They're kind of just a side thing that have now taken over because I stopped making guides for a while. But if I could hit 100,000, that would be A, insane, B, awesome, C, I think it'd be pretty cool too. Is when you get certain levels of subscriptions or subscribers, you get like a plaque, like a memorable plaque commemorating your achievement. So if you have 10 million, you get or not a platinum, you get a diamond play button from YouTube. If you get 1 million subscribers, you get a gold, and if you get 100,000, you get a silver one. So it'd be pretty cool to have a silver one, obviously, because my name is Silver. So everyone here, we just need to get to 10,000, and then we need to make 10 alternate accounts and just subscribe again 9 more times each. We'll just do that. It'll be easy. But don't do that, though. We got to get it legit. But also, I can't stop you from doing it. And I'll have no way of knowing. I'd imagine there's some kind of review process from YouTube once you start getting up there. They'll be like, is this legit, or are these all robots? Hey, what's up, Reaper? Yeah, just make a brief set of 90,000 accounts real quick.
Good work, Spartans.
Game over.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm recovering from my hockey injury. I took a slap shot to the shoulder, snuck through my pads and found my shoulder. But other than that, pretty good. Excited to be done with this grind, which has certainly been a grind. I mean, I'll never say no to pizza, really.
Firefight.
The Covenant are advancing through your sector. You need to stop them in their tracks.
Sweet, everyone quit.
Start.
I think I'll be joining them. It's not a great map to be solo. My hockey team lost last night by one goal. Uh that's all right. It was a good game. It was very close. I played well, so I feel good about it. BRB, I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. Hopefully, I don't, miss out on selecting the weapon I want or selecting the map I want. Hell yeah, we'll get pizza wherever I'm from. I am from Connecticut, home of the best pizza. Come at me. A lot of people say New York, but if you're from the area, you know about New Haven pizza. New Haven, Connecticut.
Firefight.
We need to hold this area at all costs.
That's a serious punch to dislocate a shoulder.
Set. Start.
How do you even do that?
Go.
Hockey is the angriest sport, perhaps. I don't know. I think you have to be angrier in football. Yeah, there's less and less fighting in hockey now, though. Like, it used to be like multiple fights a game. Now it's like I usually don't even see one fight a game in the NHL. It's like everyone knows how to play hockey now instead of just having like 1 to 3 people on your team who suck at hockey and just punch people in the face half the time. Snide remarks, you say? Hey, what up, Brandon? What is up? True. That is true. I'm like less interested in fighting now. I don't know if it's because there's less, and I'm just like, all right, this doesn't mean anything anymore. It meant something 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Let's get to it. It was also like more intense. I see what you're saying with the scarcity, but like if there was a fight in like the first period, you know there's going to be another fight like later as a retaliation type fight. They don't really have that anymore. It's just like, oh, here's the one fight of the game. See you, Josh. Catch you later. Yeah, it's not really. That's why a lot of people are like, it's dumb that people fight in hockey because it's not part of the sport. Like your team, like a lot of old school coaches and players will be like, you need to have some grit on your team. You need to have somebody who just beats the shit out of people. It's like, do you need that? Like, that's not how you win the game, though. And then people will argue, well, it'll keep the other team from like hitting, like going at your best player with a dirty hit or something. But like, if you look at the statistics, that does not matter at all. Like if there's a person on the other team that wants to hit your best player, he's going to do it. And the fact that you have your fighter dressed that night, it's like no deterrent at all, according to the stats. Like a lot of times now, like the fighter guy won't even like retaliate. Like some still do, but there's less and less of that now. I'd rather have someone who could play hockey on my team and score goals. Or like if you could fight, also just make sure you could play hockey too. That'd be good.
Set, start, skull, on. First strike, double kill.
What are we doing on this map?
Triple kill. Reinforcements. The killing frenzy. Kill-tacular. Reinforcements. Running riot. Kill him in the jar.
Yeah, and people will cite the LA Kings when they won those couple cups as being like a gigantic team that just beat the crap out of people. If not fighting all the time, then just being big and delivering big, like legit legal hits, which they did, yes, but they also all were freaking nasty at hockey. So it was like they did both things. They played hockey. The main reason they won hockey games is because they played hockey. And sure, the big hits added another layer, but it wasn't the main reason they were winning. I have no idea, Zelda. It was a long time ago, so I don't even have any recollection.
Round start.
Yeah, Danny, I don't know why I'm here. I like walked into the map and I'm like, why am I here? So far, no vehicles. Feel like I shouldn't quit too much though, so I'll just play this one. This one's usually quick at least. This map's really good for perfections, which I do need, but I will finish those before getting all the vehicles. But I could almost ignore perfections at this point and just focus on vehicles. Yeah, just change up the scenery.
Reinforcements. Overkill.
Oh God, skirmishers.
15 minutes remaining. Double kill. Overkill. Reinforcements. Kill. Tachyon. Overkill. Reinforcements. Killiman jar.
Yeah, that would be even worse. Slash, I wouldn't have ever done that. I would never have been addicted to commendations. Or I probably would have and then realized that's not happening. And then I would have stopped years ago.
Reinforcements.
Yeah. I do that as like if I'm ever trying to diet or something, I'll brush my teeth. So it's like a way to deter me from eating more that night. I'll be like, all right, I ate dinner and whatever I'm going to eat. I'm going to brush my teeth now. And then if I do want to snack on something later, at least this will be like another barrier to entry. Do I really want to ruin my nicely brushed teeth? Usually it works pretty well.
Two enemies remaining. Last enemy.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta eat some pizza.
Round start.
We have a wraith. Will it be stolen from me though? No, it won't.
Double kill.
Life's all about eating pizza sometimes, and sometimes matching on Corvette. Oh my god, Bungie. Well, I mean, at least it was not on a good map. I don't know if I've had that happen to me twice in one day. What is the deal? Are we talking Reach or are we talking all of them? Halo 4 and 5 as well? I might take it. Because I'm a cheap bastard. I'd hold out for more. I'll do it for 10. Yes, I would do it. If I get to keep Wheelman, I would do it. I think that'd be worse for my mentality. If I kept Wheelman, then that would definitely make me want to do them more. Like it'd make me want to like get them all back if I had Wheelman already taken care of. Be like, oh, 0% for everything except Wheelman already at 100. I don't know. I'd do abort. I don't think you had to abort. 105 more perfectionists. We are close to double digits here. I'll veto, I guess. Maybe. Even though this is a map with vehicles. This is worse. Oh my god. I don't like this game. That seems worse somehow. Yeah, I should have taken Installation 04. Wait a minute. Let me... Do I have these games with gold? Yup. Okay. To make sure before November ends here. All right, let's get some beachhead with a bunch of noobs so they don't take any of my vehicles. Or just like pro level players in firefight that don't take any vehicles ever. That'd be even better. I guess I'll vote for it. Learned my lesson. Now, if people are going to vote for this, yeah. Yeah. Here we go.
Firefight.
We need to hold this area at all costs.
Set, start. Skulls on. Killing spree. Overkill.
No, my ghost. Be funny if I could board him. Aha!
Reinforcements. Killing frenzy. Overkill. Triple kill. Reinforcements. Running riot. Overkill. Triple kill. Rampage. Reinforcements.
Oh, I fell.
Overkill.
Give me up.
Double kill. Untouchable. Double kill. Reinforcements.
Hell yeah.
Enemies remaining. Double kill.
Oh my god, I hate myself.
Last enemy.
Oh, that's alright. We're gonna be done with those before we're done with the vehicles. It's super frustrating what happens when there's like 2 enemies left. Killed myself. I should have just punched him in the face and beat him to death.
Round start. Minutes remaining. Reinforcements.
I'd like to see him go back to the Forerunner time frame. I feel like they had the trilogy and they had a short story, but they had 2 short stories, I guess. They had Defender of the Storm as well, but that's totally secluded and on its own. But I'd be really interested to see. There's like so much they could cover back a long time ago.
Reinforcements.
There's like too much they could cover almost back then.
Overkill. Overkill.
I would like it covered from a Forerunner point of view, though, not from Gamelpar's point of view, or any other such character who doesn't know what's going on. Ashaka's, if you will.
Overkill. Overkill. Double kill. Running riot. Double kill. Reinforcements.
I'd also like to see what happened to Delta Company, because they were about to go into training on, not Reach, on Onyx when Ghost of Onyx went down. The whole planet became not a planet anymore. So they couldn't really train. They were about to like come in within a couple weeks, start their training, but that got totally sidetracked. So it'd be interesting to explore like what happened to those candidates, if anything.
Last enemy.
Something probably would happen if they're going to write a book about it. Like, hey, we'd like to just return these orphans. We don't need them anymore.
Cloud on. Round start.
It would have been pre. I think they were, like, they weren't even brought in yet at all. Because at the end of, or the middle of Ghosts of Onyx, it was Gamma Company's, like, final test or whatever in their class. So the top 3 teams were, like, fighting it out, trying to take each other out in the forest or whatever. And that's when they came upon the Sentinels.
Double kill.
So it was like right at the end of the Gamma's training. And the Deltas were going to come in soon after that, but they never were able to.
Reinforcements. Rampage. Killtrocity. Double kill. Double kill.
I've always also wanted to see like a Flood Spartan. Like how sick of a boss battle would that be? If, like someone eventually gets converted to the Flood who also happens to be a Spartan. That'd be a pretty ridiculous and powerful Flood form.
Double kill.
Oh god. Killed myself. Again. Yeah, I'd imagine they would want to keep them and then do something with them elsewhere later. Some I'm sure were kidnapped, but I don't know how many were because Spartan 3s were volunteers, actually, as much as a 6 or 7-year-old could volunteer. And they were orphans, so they might have just been, like, gathered up, and I guess no matter how they're gathered by Oni, they're kidnapped because that's probably where they shouldn't be. Not that I want it to happen to him, but if, like, Fred turned into Flood in Halo Infinite or something, and then Master Chief had to fight him, that would be ridiculous. Freddy Flood. Or like if the Didact came back and actually was an enemy that was interesting and you actually did have to fight in hand-to-hand combat instead of just force choking the Master Chief the whole time in an uninteresting way. Fred is another Spartan. In Halo 5, Fred is Spartan, Spartan 104. He's the other dude Spartan in the Master Chief's blue team. Then there's Linda and Kelly as well that round out the team. He's in all the, not all of them, but he's in a lot of the books too, including all the early ones. But yeah, if you haven't read those, then there would be no way of knowing from the games, except for the 5th one. Yeah, they definitely didn't do the Didac justice. I was upset with that execution. He's such a boss in the books.
Five minutes remaining.
I'm hoping in Infinite, like since we're fighting the created now, I'm hoping that Cortana took on a physical form in at the end of Halo 5. And she was born from the domain into the gateway, or into Genesis through the gateway into a physical form. It'd be cool if you could actually fight her like as a boss battle,
No other asset could have gotten this
including other AIs as well that have changed over to her side. So if you could fight like Governor Sloan at some point or something, and some other guys, whoever else switched over to her side. Cromwell, I know he did. I don't think he's mentioned anywhere in any Halo except for that last instance in the end, towards the end of the game, where a bunch of AIs are converting to her side. There's a Cromwell in there. You might have to fight her. I'm sure the chief won't like it, but I'll vote for it. No. Don't do it. You're better than this. Yeah, on the way to Inheritor, like before you even get to Inheritor, you have enough credits to unlock everything in the armory, so. What's that, Sneezy? Where in the storyline is what?
Spartan.
Also, I don't know why I didn't quit build here.
Nobody gets in or out.
Guess I'll check on these vehicles before quitting.
Skull on.
Nope. I'm out. Oh, I didn't read that first part, Sneezy. Ha! I just read your second part asking where in the storyline is this book. Yeah, The Fall Reach is the first book, and it happens right before Halo 1. So that's the place to start, probably. Yeah, so that's the first one. Read up on that, and you'll be good to move on to other ones. There's books that take place before that, but that's like the first one you want to start with. There's books that are like from 100,000 years ago, like covering some Forerunner stuff, but you don't want to start there. The Fall of Reach covers the origin story of the Master Chief and the Spartan program, and then flashes forward to him being the Master Chief you know from the games a little bit before Halo 1 and leads into Halo 1. So yep, Fred is in there. You'll see Fred and the rest of Blue Team and a handful of other Spartans. Yep, got Achilles in H5. I don't have all the armor. I have all the armor in Reach. Unless there's some like exclusive crap that I missed, like buy your game from Walmart and get this skin, buy from Target and get this skin, buy from GameStop and get that skin. So I don't have all that crap anymore. Everything you could earn in the game I have. I used to be a completionist when it came to like armors and stuff too, but they quickly started doing that where there were exclusive armors and skins and stuff and emblems, depending on where you bought the game. So not anymore. I'm not buying 12 different versions of the game. In theory, I guess I could buy all the skins. I'm sure people sell them separately online. I'm not doing that either. And there's the skins in Halo 5 that you could buy. And you could only buy them. You can't earn them in any other way. So I don't have those. Forget that. They are cool, some of them, but hey, what's up? Welcome back, Joshua.
Firefight.
Covenant forces inbound. Defend this zone.
Set, start. Skulls.
Reloading.
No, I've never spent any micro transactions, which I think they're only present in Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2. Oh, and Spartan Strike and Assault. I think there's ability for microtransactions, but nope, I have not. Not too much happened, you know. Oh god, I thought I killed myself there. Just more Covenant killing, racking up some vehicles, and perfectionists. Hey Aaron, what's up? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying them. Welcome to the stream.
Reinforcements. Double kill.
God.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine for like aesthetic stuff. Like if you want to buy armor or buy emblems or skins, I think that's actually a really good way to fund the production of games, and also support esports, because I know a lot of the money from transactions for Halo 5 went directly to like the pots for all the events over the years. That's a great way to do that, and it doesn't hurt anybody really to give people the ability to buy skins or something. What would suck is if they throw something in that makes it so that you have to buy something that like is supposed to be reserved for people of like super high rank or unlocking something. There should always be rewards that are only reserved for people who put in a certain amount of hours for whatever. Like SR 152, for example, the highest rank in Halo 5, there's a emblem you get for getting that, which you can't buy or get in any other way. So, and also if it's if it gives you a competitive advantage, that is no good either, because then you just pay to win. So as long as they stick to not throwing that into the mix, they just keep it aesthetic, then that's fine. Good Lord, $5,000.
Mythic. On. Round start.
Oh, did they get routed or something? I didn't catch that Blackhawks game. Or any of these vehicles, because there have been none so far. Yeah, the RNG is annoying. I mean, I guess like people are, by people I mean companies. Companies are still feeling out like what is the best way to go about doing this, because I think the future is going to have microtransactions because the game prices are staying $60 and they haven't gone up in years, which is great for the consumer, but I mean prices. Inflation is a thing, so game prices should have gone up with inflation and all that good stuff, but they have not.
Reinforcements.
A way to keep the price down for entry level is to offer these like skins that you could buy or whatever, and then keeps the price down at 60. I know $60 is a lot of money for a lot of people, but it could be much worse. Oh damn, 8-3.
Double kill. Reinforcements. Triple kill. Triple.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the best case study for like the average Halo player, because like most people don't play enough to get to like the max rank. Just from a time perspective, they don't put as much time in, so they can't. It's literally impossible to get max ranks and stuff like that. So, like for me, it's fine. Like any rec system is fine, really. Because I'm just gonna earn it, like earn all those emblems and rec packs just from playing. I don't even like have to think twice about, should I buy this? The answer is always just no, because I'm going to earn that through games played anyway. Yeah, I agree, Danny. I think Reach had the best system. A, in the way they went about it, like you could pick what you want to buy, and B, you could customize your Spartan way more. Like in Halo 4 and 5, all you got to pick was your helmet and then your chest. And your chest dictated like what arms and legs and forearms and all that stuff was. But in Reach, you get to pick everything by itself individually. You got to pick your helmet, your visor color, your chest, your belt, your forearms, your knees. You had like a piece on your thigh you could customize.
Last enemy. Round start.
I know what the dead alien scum like.
Double kill.
Yeah, I mean that's the same case for Halo 4 and 5, Sneezy, where it didn't matter if you won. You do get a little bit more credit-wise if you win in Reach 4 and 5, but it's still just based on time played, basically. And it does give you more credits, like the better you do. Like every kill you get some credits, so it does reward playing well, but alright, it's not like Halo 3 where there was half skill and half game time, where you needed to get 5,000 wins to get to the highest rank, but you also needed to get a level 50 in a playlist.
Reinforcements. Double kill. Reinforcements. Kill catastrophe. There you go.
Yeah, and it's 5,000 wins, but you needed more if you think about it in Halo 5. You didn't need to win, but like if you played just a normal game of matchmaking, you got like 3,000 or 4,000 credits, but you need 50 million of them. So
Spectacular.
one win in Halo 3 is the equivalent of 10,000
This is gonna get hot.
credits in Halo 5. Plus, there's double XP weekends in Halo 3, so
Another one in the Johnson pile.
Halo 5, I think you need to play more to get the max rank.
Double kill.
Hell yeah, bro.
Kill.
Yeah, the Halo 5 double XP weekends were super rare. Once they started doing them, they were doing them, but it took them a long time to start, and then they didn't do them for very long after.
Bonus round. Good luck.
You live in Pinnacle, like the map from Halo Reach? Yeah, I started getting prestiges in Titanfall when it launched. I was playing Titanfall 1, and I started doing the prestige system there, and then it reset when you hit like the max rank, the prestige is reset or something. So I'm like, after that happened, I'm like, wait a minute, what am I even doing here? I became disenchanted with it, and I was like, what am I doing here? I could be doing this in Reach. I'd be finishing those off. Come at me. I'm going to kill you with my body. Oh, man. That is dedication right there.
Bonus round over.
No other asset could have gotten this job done, Spartan. Well done.
I live in Connecticut. I just leave it at that, pretty much, in the New Haven, Bridgeport area. It's true, my completionist mentality was taken over. It was hijacked temporarily by Titanfall. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not done over here. "101 perfectionists." Don't do it, Power Asp. Yeah. Yes. He didn't vote. Oh, God. No vehicles here. All right, let's see what we got. I can no longer choose. It's out of my hands. All right, this is doable. I don't think I'm going to go as long tonight. Probably do a couple more games. I have somewhat of a headache. Not sure if it's shoulder related. It could be though.
Spartan, we need this area locked down. Nobody gets in or out.
Set start.
Hey, thank you, Sneezy.
On.
I appreciate it. You the man.
First strike. It's gonna get hot.
blowing all these up before they blow me up.
Reinforcements.
Here you go.
Overkill.
Oh, I forgot I had this. I
Killing frenzy.
was whipping out the old DMR. A challenge, you say? Is it sticking everybody again? Or is it a different one?
Reinforcements. Sharpshooter. Double kill. Double kill. Double kill. Running riot. Overkill. Triple kill. Reinforcements. Triple kill. Beam bullet. Double kill.
Yeah, I was a Whalers fan. I was too young to like be super into them though. So I was for like a year or two before they moved. I was 9 when they moved. But I am super into the idea of them moving back. So hopefully that happens one day. We need a new arena, so it's not happening until that happens.
Reinforcements.
The TV market here is actually bigger than like some of the current NHL teams, so it's definitely doable. And also the like just the culture here is very into hockey, so northern states. Oh man, that really tracked me. Yeah, I do plan on getting a webcam in the near future. All that set up. Look at my ugly face. Like, oh, it's Silver. Silver's face. It'd be a big face reveal party. Be like, oh, that's him.
15 minutes remaining. Mythic on. Round start.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Kill him, Jar.
I was thinking about that. I guess I still could. Actually holding out to see if Lady Silver will buy me one for Christmas, but we'll see. I would be like split in half. I'd root for the Rangers and Whalers equally, and if the Whalers were playing the Rangers, I would just watch the game and not care who won. With the caveat that I would want the Rangers to win as long as Lundqvist is on the team, because I need him. It's not want, I need him to win a cup. So, if it was like Rangers, Whalers in the Stanley Cup playoffs, or the Stanley Cup final, which wouldn't happen because they would both be in the East. But if it did happen, I would root for the Rangers until Lundqvist retires, and then I'll be rooting for whoever. No, that makes sense. I've kept my face in hiding this whole time. At first, it was kind of intentional to not show my face on YouTube, but now I'm at the point where I'm all whatever. I just don't have a face cam. Oh, thought that was face. He moved. Yeah, that's like the second best thing, is him going somewhere else and winning a cup, but obviously I would like for him to win here first. Also, I'd like him to win here as a starter, because if he seems to be like all in on retiring as a Ranger, which seems plausible. They actually, when they sold off like most of the team last year and went into a rebuild, they approached him and were like, hey, do you want us to trade you somewhere where you have a good shot at the cup or something? And he said, like, no, I'm here to stay in New York, and I want to be here. No matter what's going on, I'm here for it. And they're like, all right, your funeral. Hey, Mafia, welcome back. You know, we're closer, a little closer now. Still like 2 or 3 days away. I did say I was going to play only a couple more games, but that might be a lie. My headache all of a sudden feels better. See about that, though. Haha. Well, if you listen to the podcast, you know I'm a tall, white dude. I think that might be it in regards to describing how I look. Oh, I might have said I have a beard. Probably have said that. Yeah, I've said that. Yeah, I would definitely be happy for Lundqvist. I want him to win a cup no matter what. Prefer him to win it on the Rangers, of course. And again, I think I lost my train of thought or got distracted when I was saying it. I would like him to win as a starter for the Rangers, because it's feasible he'll win like on the Rangers, but as a backup, like in like 3 or 4 years, maybe he's transitioning to a backup. We have a goalie, Shesterkin, who's over in the KHL right now, who's absolutely ridiculous. So he'll be taking the throne over eventually. And maybe they'll win at that point with him backing up the new guy. Ideally, he would win on the Rangers and be the starting goalie on the ice in the game that they win it for, but we'll see. They probably won't win at all. Depends on how fast his turnaround is. I am 6'3", so on the tall side of normal or on the short side of being freakishly tall. I always thought it was the tall side of normal after talking to some people.
Last
I think I might be a short freak. I don't sound like I have a beard. What is that supposed to mean? The length varies from just a beard to slightly unkempt, because I like trim it every like couple weeks. So it looks respectable when I trim it, and then it gets a little bit wildly over 2 or 3 weeks, but then I cut it back down. The only time I am beardless is right before the NHL playoffs, because I'll do the whole playoff beard thing. So I'll be totally clean shaven on day 0. And then I will grow it out and not shave or touch it up or trim it or anything until the Rangers are eliminated. So I had a pretty big one going back in 2012 when they went to the finals. I'd like to get back to that point, just because that means the Rangers are in the finals again, but so far they haven't really done that at all. They literally haven't done that. Yeah, we were just talking about me getting a webcam probably in the next month or so. I'll be... Ooh, here's a bench. I'll have my face stuck on one of the corners of the screen here for you to gaze upon. Yeah, you can't grab it in a fist. That is for sure. Kind of grabbing it right now. Seeing how I could describe it. It's just, you know, it's facial hair. It's not like beard, rugged man. Became beard, rugged man when the Rangers were in the finals, but not lately. Yeah, if everyone would like to submit a picture of what they think I look like, everyone could have a drawing ready. And then whoever's the closest, we could give away a prize or something. I was like grabbing the chin hair, and I'm like, how short is this? Or long? It is about half the width of a finger. On the internet, no one knows you're a dog. Yep, that's you don't even have to color me in. Oh. Rocket guy. You're a priority. Need you to not be alive.
Double kill.
I do trim like the throat beard, yes. But that's like I do it all in like the 2 weeks. So, like I'll trim the whole thing. Trim it shorter. And while I do that, I like shave completely like the throat and the upper cheek area to make it more shapely. No, I never rooted for the old Canes. I wasn't like I was passively a Whaler fan. Wasn't hardcore. Probably didn't even notice they left for a while type thing because I was only like 8 or 9 or something. And we didn't have any of the games on TV actually, so there was like no way to even watch or root for them really. They didn't even have the Rangers on for a long time. And we had more than basic cable. We had like 60 channels or so, like channels 1 through 75, but most of the stuff after 60 was nothing. Yeah, we didn't even have Rangers on until 15 years ago. Yes, I do have glasses. So there's another hint, another something you could throw on. It's like we're playing Guess Who, that board game. The Whalers were always awful. They made the playoffs once while they were here, and then they had the nerve to win a cup like within 5 years of leaving. Or 7 years. I think the Canes won in 2004, I want to say. And they left in 97 after making the playoffs once and losing in the first round. Ah, 2006. I was off. It was in the 2000s, and it was an even number. It's basically only off by 1. It's virtually the same year. Well, you're in luck, Patricio, because we are about to wrap up Halo Reach in the next couple days. Oh, Josh, welcome back.
We'll take all the victories we can get. Enjoy this one while you can. Game over.
Yeah, they're starting to push more minor hockey teams out west. They had all the NHL teams out there, but the AHL teams were still mostly on the east side, which was great for me, but not for, you know, everyone else. The Worcester Sharks moved out to, I think they share the arena with San Jose now. I went to some Worcester Sharks games. Yeah, that is hella convenient for everybody. Players, they get called up to the NHL. It's like, okay, I'll just go into work in the same place I've been going to work. It's it's really good for the arena itself, just keeping events happening. Like one of the hardest parts about operating an arena is booking events, making sure that it's not just sitting there not making money. My dad actually today just texted me like a photo of a ticket to an Islander Ranger game at the Islanders, and like it's only like $65 or something, which I realize is probably like a normal ticket in most places. But in New York, that's like cheap. But I'm like, but it's at Barclays Center, which is notoriously crappy for viewing hockey. So I'm like, is this in like one of those obstructed seats that you can't see like under the goal line on one side of the ice? We'll see. I may go. And normally it's like a couple $100 for a ticket and like a non-nosebleed but not great seat. It's like a couple $100. Josh, you taking slap shots to the shoulder over there? What's going on? I like how you phrased it as well as you broke the whole thing. Like not just in one place, but like the entire arm is broken. That'd be hilarious if they rented that out. Rent out the car.
Firefight. The mission is simple,
It would make more sense than not renting it out. You have some waiters and waitresses skate up to you, take your order, skate back. What? Is that what you were doing when you left?
First strike. Sniper spree. Overkill.
I'm usually the oldest in the stream. I am 30. I think only once I met somebody in my stream that was older than me. Usually the elder statesman.
Reinforcements. Killing spree.
Like legit broken? If so, you gotta go to the hospital or something. Oh
Reinforcements.
damn. I stand corrected. Just assigning him an age because he hasn't answered. We'll call you mid-20s. I'm comfortable with that.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, Coyotes are one of those teams that everyone is always talking about them possibly moving. Wouldn't be the worst thing. I'm excited for the Seattle expansion. I'm surprised it took them this long to get a team. Technically not official, but it's pretty much like the worst kept secret that Seattle's getting a team.
Reinforcements. Killing frenzy.
Be good to see Seattle get a team via expansion. It'd be sweet if like Phoenix moved somewhere. They would want to say keep them in the West to keep the conferences balanced. It'd be cool to see them move till Milwaukee, which is a strange venue at first, but then it makes sense. I'm thinking because they have like in football they have like Packers in Wisconsin. And they have huge rivalries with Detroit and Chicago and Minnesota. So you could have the same exact thing, but in hockey, if you just throw a team in Milwaukee. And same with other sports. Those cities have big rivalries. And hockey is big in Wisconsin, so bam, there you go. True, they are the Arizona Coyotes now. I always call them Phoenix because that's what they were called recently. Yeah, I'm not even sure they moved.
Triple kill. 15 minutes remaining.
I mean, I know they moved slightly, I think. But I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing. Then we just need the Florida Panthers to move to Quebec. Because Quebec probably won't get an expansion team, but they'll probably get a relocation at some point. So we could just throw the Panthers up there. The Lightning is enough for Florida down there. Sorry to any Panthers fans. Or Phoenix / Arizona. And then I'm thinking Carolina, just come on back to Hartford, and then everything is right with the world. The 32 teams, evenly balanced. The cities that actually want hockey will have it. Oh, thank you, Bradley. I'm glad you like those. I haven't watched those since I put them out, but my lasting impression of them was I could have done better. So, but I'm glad you enjoy them as they are. I'm looking forward to redoing those ones, though. I feel like I didn't do. I should do them on all normal difficulty, unless it's impossible to do it that way. I think I just like slapped on legendary and then was like, "Look, it's easy. Just do this." But in reality, a lot of people don't play legendary, so I want to go back and do it on normal, so the maximum amount of people could get it. Hell yeah!
Reinforcements. Double kill.
Oh, nice, Wild Dog. It is good to hear. Where are you? What area are you from, Bradley? That you are hockeyless.
Reinforcements.
I'll probably start making. Well, there's a couple things I'm waiting on, other than me finishing these freaking commendation guides. But I'm hoping to start putting them out in December. I'm being cryptic on what I'm waiting for. But it'll just improve the quality and be awesomer and cooler when I do start putting them out. If I wait for these two things, it'll be a surprise.
Two enemies remaining. Last enemy. Untouchable.
I'm catching up on chat here, so I'm idling.
Round start.
I probably won't do face cams for guides, just for streams. Is what I'm thinking. I never even considered doing them for guides. There's no reason to see my face, really. I don't think. Unless you could just see the pain, constant pain I'm in Lasso.
It's gonna be so good. Reloading.
I think I'm like, how far am I from New York? Like 60 or 70 miles or something. So it's not far, but there's always traffic. I need to Google this.
Reinforcements.
My estimation of 60 to 70 miles was pretty accurate. I don't want to give the exact mileage, though. Don't need people extrapolating information on my exact GPS location.
Double kill. Reinforcements.
This is gonna be so good.
Double kill. Overkill.
Calgary. What is that division? Are they in the Pacific Division? Or are they in the other one? Is it Central? Oh my god. Hit the rock. There we go.
Double kill.
God damn. What is this guy doing in here?
Reinforcements.
Here you go.
Yeah, I never got into college or college football. I always just watch NFL, which I haven't really watched much unadulterated football and hockey this year. I've like put it on, but I've been like grinding reach the whole time, so I've been like half watching it all year. It's a good year to half watch it because the Rangers are rebuilding, although they're somehow in a playoff position right now, and the Packers are awful. The Packers coach McCarthy is out the door. It's just a matter of if he's going to get fired like after the next game or if they're going to just wait to the end of the year.
2 enemies remaining. Last enemy.
Haha. I'm going to stream every day for the rest of your lives. You will never sleep again. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow night, so you could sleep then. Probably recording an episode of the podcast, which hopefully was better than the last one.
Black eye. Famine.
Last one, nobody had any energy.
Bonus round. Good luck.
My tweet. Let's see what's going on here. All right. We got one entry so far in the what silver looks like contest. That's a good idea. You don't have to draw it. Just send a photo of somebody. And we'll see. Just like to rip it from the internet.
Triple kill.
Yeah, it's true. I lied. I was like, I'm not going to stream. Because I knew I had to play hockey. And then I was like, maybe I'll just do a short stream anyway. And then Danny on Twitter was like, hey, you streaming, buddy? And I'm like, yeah, I'm streaming. Which achievements in particular are you talking about? There are many of those.
Bonus round over.
No other asset could have gotten this job done, Spartan. Well done.
Game over.
I like how I'm tagged in this photo on Twitter, too. Is that the name of the achievement? I don't even recognize that name. There are a lot to remember, though. You don't think I have an Asian sounding voice? I'm offended. I am Asian. All right, let me look these up for a second. Is that one achievement name? For connoisseur and seconds? Oh, it's just connoisseur. All right, let me see. What is this one?
Firefight.
Covenant forces inbound. Defend this zone.
Set. Start. Skulls on.
Oh, complete 3 Halo 2 playlists. I don't know which ones are the easiest. I would just go with. Well, first of all, I would go with the legendary playlist because you gotta do that anyway, probably, right? For the legendary achievements. So I would do that. I would do lasso if you're gonna go for lasso ever because you gotta do the lasso thing anyway. Oh wait, here's what I would do. I got it. I would do lasso, the lasso playlist. So you cover that one. You got the lasso ones. I would do the legendary playlist, and in doing that, I would get the speedrun achievement out of the way. And then the third one, I guess you just pick an easy one. Like one of the playlists that are only like 3 or 4 missions.